Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is a dub. Pretty good dub. I know there's a lot of feelings about how that dub came to be. It's just the Ottawa Senators. We barely squeaked it out in overtime. You know what? We're gonna get to it really in game notes. I'm gonna have a big point on this. That's a good dub. You'll notice two things. One, no opening skit for this video. My house is a construction zone right now, and I'm finally finding time. You'll notice that the game happened last night. It is now Sunday night. Finally finding the time to do some recording without any construction noises going on. It is what it is. Two, it took forever to get here, but that was also answered by what I just said. So I nailed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed that too. The Senators will be missing Shabbat for this little tilt. We just played these guys. It was a game that happened. 2-0 shutty. Swayman is going to get the start again. Swayman has looked amazing lately. Little Calder buzz should be getting started for him. I'm just saying. I know that's basically a foregone conclusion. There's too many superstar young guys playing for other teams. Zegras, Sider, fucking Raymond. But Swayman deserves a little love here. He is now top 5 in save percentage. He is now top 5 in goals allowed average. Minimum games played somewhere around 6. It's pretty good. Going into this game, a lot of negativity. People feeling down. I get it. A lot of nasty stats coming out. Outscored 14-0 in second and third periods. That's probably the worst part of the 5-game streak here. But look, sometimes you have months like January, and sometimes you hit little skids and you struggle. That happens to all good teams. Carolina, I'm pretty sure they had a 1-2-2 stretch just recently. It happens. Fuck them. We're going to have a little downtime. It happens. I know that I was very negative after a couple of videos. I'm trying to be more positive here. And a win is a great time to be positive. Speaking of positivity, Bruce Cassidy had quite the quote the other day before this game. We need to be more like pricks. That's what he said. He basically said we got too many nice guys on the team. We need to start acting like pricks, whether or not we are like that in real life. Now, as Boston fans, I don't think we're going to struggle with that. Acting like pricks, absolutely a specialty of ours. I think most would agree with that. The players, I actually think it's a really great point. You look at this roster and, like, who's your dick, right? Who's your complete jerk on this team? Marchand comes to mind, right? Small guy, throws his weight around as well as anyone in the league, though. But it can't just be Marchand, and he's not fighting. And I'm not looking for us to start a bunch of fights, but who's that guy who can still play hockey, but you just hate playing against because he's tenacious? This is my point in the previous video of you got to bring guys like Steen in and let them develop full time here because they are that guy. They're a prick. You hate playing them. They're dogged intensity the entire time. McAvoy, I think, falls into that realm of being kind of a jerk on the ice. Clifton has it in him. Lazar cuts it close with goalies. I don't know. I'm stretching here because he's right. We don't have a lot of that, and we need more of it. Guys like Carlo need way more of it. Throw the weight around. Be a bully. Sometimes you need a bully, and this team needs a bully. Maybe the team has that internally, and they'll listen to Cassidy and the message get through. I thought they did play a pretty physical game against the Senators here. For the most part, I liked the comments. I don't think they said anything bizarre or outlandish or anything away from what we really need. And I think we do need more of an attitude. We want that attitude that we're going to embarrass teams. That's something that I feel like the Avs are doing this really well right now. I feel like the Lightning have done it in the playoffs. I feel like the Hurricanes have this swagger to them. I feel like the Wild, who are currently pumping in goals against the Oilers right now. Last I checked, it was 4-0 halfway through the first. Some of these teams have that, all right, I don't want to beat you. I want to embarrass you. I want the game to go so poorly for you that you don't talk to your family about it. That you get extra phone calls just to be like, hey, that was a rough one tonight. but you don't answer the phone because you fucking know it was a rough one tonight. You know. You don't need people telling you, hey, are you okay? No, you know. You know. That got a little personal there. But I know, and they know, and we know, sometimes you need that team to just want to embarrass the other guys. I think that's an attitude that's missing from this team. Big time. And I think some of the teams in the East, especially, that we're going to be facing, have that. Panthers. How did I not mention the Panthers? The Panthers love beating up on teams because they are the butt of way too many jokes, so they come in and want to destroy everybody. I love that when I see a team walk in and not want to win by 2 goals. They want to win by 6. The Bruins aren't capable of that, but we could learn the attitude a little bit. Forbort is getting scratched for an illness. I initially saw the report that he was getting scratched, and I went, wow, not the guy I would scratch on the defensive end. I said that. I know we're long past me bashing Forbort every game because he's been way improved in that third pairing role, but it was still a really weird jump for me to be like, wow, I wouldn't scratch Forbort. Weird. No, he does get scratched, though, for an illness. Our lineup's going to be Vach, Mac, Grizz, Carlo, Riley, Clifton. Scary third pair there. Studnicka back in for bleed. Studnicka is going to take the 3C spot. Howla gets pushed to the wing. I don't know, man. Studnicka, I would keep him in the bottom 6 right now. Studnicka just has that. Right now, he has that I need to stay in the league. I want to stay in the league. That energy needs to come from somewhere. And if it's a young guy doing that for us, I'm all in. I'm all in for it. Puck drops, and immediately I'm worried. 4 minutes in, puck gets tossed behind our net. Clifton comes down to come get it. He has Tierney on his back, and he just fakes like he's going to grab it, and then turns away. And Tierney doesn't bite at all. It's just like, okay, thank you, and just goes to pick up the puck. I don't know what the plan was there because we didn't have another defenseman that was going to get there anytime soon. Do not know what the plan was there. It allows Tierney to grab the puck, whip it to the slot. Grade A chance for the Senators. Luckily, nothing comes of it. We're able to escape. But the attention to details is already clearly not there. We're 5 minutes into the game, and I'm already concerned that we're going to have another effort where no one's clicking at all. There's a lot of ruggedness to the Bruins game right now. And I don't mean rugged as in workmanship. I mean rugged as in rusty, lack of chemistry. That was a really bad play right at the beginning of the game. Not great. DeBrusk, though, had a hell of a first period. Really a hell of a game on this one. He went for a tour just a few minutes later in the offensive zone, and he gets his side stride going, and he's looping the ozone and just opening up space. Dude can skate. You can say whatever you want about him, but fuck, when he decides to play hockey, oh my God, the guy's got some serious talent. I hope that when he gets moved, if he gets moved, or if he stays here, whatever, that he really does find a driving factor in his game. Because the guy's got a God-gifted talent. He's very good, and he's fun to watch when he goes for it. God, can he skate. 10 minutes in, McAvoy blows up Brown, absolutely erupts, destroys him into the boards, a nice clean hit. And I'm going to mention it again, Mac is underrated on the big hit scale. I keep saying this, and I feel like people agree with me every time, but then it happens in the game, and everyone's like, wow, Mac! And I'm like, no, that's what Mac does every game. Beautiful. And a little bit, coincidental, considering all the words coming out of Cassidy's mouth. Not coincidental. That's the exact purpose that he said them. I have a lot of discussions happening about whether or not Cassidy's message is getting through, and I agree with why you'd be skeptical of that, but the team hasn't tuned him out. At least that much is evident. 8 minutes left, Pasta. Oh, this was a beauty of a pass straight up to Hall, who splits the D and goes in one-on-one against Forsberg. Zaitsev comes up from behind, and, this happens. No one got hurt somehow. They plow through the goal. No penalties are called or anything. It was a really weird scenario. I kind of thought that there could have been something there. He never even got to take a real chance at the net. It's fine. We play on. 2 minutes left. Jack starts bitching because Vegas is putting stone on the LTIR, and it looks like the timing might work out in their favor with Eichel coming back and yada, 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 salary cap complaints, all this shit. I'm just kind of done with the conversation. You have to be kind of lucky for it to work out to exploit that loophole. Things have to line up pretty perfectly for you. We don't even know if Vegas is doing that yet, if that's even going to be a possibility for them. I'm sure that they'd like to. It's a loophole that exists. I mean, if the Bruins were doing it at this point, I'd be like, good, great, please. Problem is, we haven't been able to attract those kind of people or trade big for them. Vegas is able to do it because they just had a absolute gift of an expansion draft. Not the expansion draft itself. They did an amazing job there. And I want to give them a lot of credit because I was amongst those people who were like, this team's going to be really bad. And then they were really good. I will say, though, that teams that get to take advantage of this are usually just lucky. It's just a lucky scenario. It doesn't guarantee you a cup. It's still a hard-fought path. Let's wait and see on this. But us continuing to bring it up, when you want to talk about the Lightning and their cap, you can do the little asterisk if you want to. That's fun for us as fans to be like, yeah, 18 million over, bud. Good for you. Like, I get that. It's just talking shit. But can we just not bring it up at any opportunity to whine about it? Because when Jack was talking about it, it very much came off as whining. It really did. Period's going to end 0-0. It was a really good period for DeBrusk, for Trent Frederick, for McAvoy, for Smith, Carlo. Like, these guys, there's no points on the board. All of them had some really nice plays. Smith was firing at everything that he could. Anytime he had the puck in the ozone, just whipping it at the net. DeBrusk was creating space for himself and others. Freddie's back check was impeccable. McAvoy laying big hits, just commanding the back end as he does. Carlo just making heads-up plays. I'm really, really happy with a couple of these guys just settling in on their roles. And I think people are starting to get back to settling in a little bit. I know it's just one game that I can kind of be like, this looks better than the game before it. But I'm happy about it. Second period starts 43 seconds in. Riley gets pounded by Sanford, and it looks like we just lost another defenseman. It looks like another big injury. He bounces back up. He stays in the game. I don't really understand how he did not get more hurt in this. I'm thankful because even though Riley has not been my favorite guy this year, he's still an important part of that bottom six, especially considering how many people we're already missing. Or I guess we're missing, and now we're healthy again. But I don't want to keep going backwards. You know what I'm talking about. 2:37 in. Studnicka gets all the credit here. Not all of it, because it was a pretty crazy goal too. But Studnicka, he chases down a dump-in by Holla. Wins a board battle against two defenders, mostly because of his quick feet. Gets around them, flings the puck into the slot. DeBrusk is flying in. He gets a piece of it, but it bounces on him, bounces high on him. And he just backhands it out of the air. Ground ball, but a bouncer. And it gets past Forsberg. That is a 1-0 lead. Hell of a goal. And that was such a great workman's effort by Stud. If you want to stay in the lineup, those are the plays. More than the flashy goals or anything like that, those are the plays that coaches go, yes, thank you, yummy, I love it, seconds, please. 7 minutes into the period, though, we had the 1-0 lead. It's hockey. I gotta stop harping on one goal leads and them blowing them. This is a nice transition by the Sens. 3 guys going in. It's nice puck movement, but it ends up on Watson's stick at the right point, and he fires it in on the net. Unfortunately, Vach and Clifton are covering the same human being. Lazar is higher in the slot, and Stutzle just goes behind Lazar. Wide open, all alone. Puck gets away from Swayman. He has an open net. 1-1 on a complete defensive breakdown. Not sure what Vach and Clifton were doing here. I don't know why they both needed to be on the same guy. I think it was Clifton that should have branched away, judging by where they were on the ice. Not happy about the awareness on that play. 8:30 left in the period. This is a weird play to bring up, but I'm bringing it up. We have the puck behind their net, right? Stud's in a battle back there, gets knocked down. Foligno comes in, and he hits the Senators defenseman, and he hits him hard and takes the puck and just whips it into the slot, right? The reason this play was so impressive to me, and I got to point this out because I'm really hard on Foligno, so I want to point out some of the good stuff. He comes in with the exact right amount of aggression because he was coming to a speed. He very easily could have blown this guy up into the boards. That's a 5-minute major or at least 2 minutes. He could have made a very dangerous play here, but he pulls up. But he doesn't pull up so much that he gets nothing out of the situation. It's a nice, clean hit that doesn't put the guy in danger, but still gets the puck for him. It was a great play. And yeah, we did not score off it. That's a bummer. But I really respect that he was able to make a play like that, not injure the guy who, again, he could have blown him up. The guy's head was down, his back was somewhat turned. Like, this could have been bad. He was coming in hot, but he pulled up, and he still had enough physicality to take the puck away. That's impressive to me. For me personally, that'd be really hard to do. Because when there's a green light, there's a green light, right? And you try to pull back when you need to. But when then you pull back and then you nudge the guy and you're like, well, I just fucking blew that. I wanted to point that out. I was impressed by that. 8 minutes left. Clifton lays an open ice hit on Watson. I see why he got attacked for this. Because in the quickness of the play, it looked like a high hit. But he gets mauled for this. After the scrum, it turns into Cliffy and Foligno going to the box. Okay. A couple guys go to the box for the Sens, but we still end up with the extra 2 minutes. I have no idea because Cliffy didn't instigate. He just laid a clean hit. If someone overreacts to a clean hit and stops play, there's your extra 2 minutes, right? Like, there's your guy. He's the guy who stopped. He delayed the game. Call it a delay game. I don't even fucking care. But how is that extra 2 on us? We kill it. Shortly after we kill it, Foligno and Mete, they go at it. 4v4. It's offsetting, after a whistle, offsetting roughings to each other. 4v4 for a bit. They dominate the 4v4, which is weird to me. I feel like we're a little better equipped for that. But no, they do. 1 minute left, though. 1 minute left in the period. How about we get a lucky bounce? Yeah, how about that? Carlo jumps into a play on the right wall, comes all the way up, punches the puck farther down to make sure that it stays in the defensive zone. Nice play, right? Simple, basic. It's something we want to see from him more. Coyle, behind the net, goes to send this into the slot. Looks like Forsberg is just going to be able to, boop, jump on it. It's fine. But when he tries to, it gets pushed farther away from him. He goes down on his belly. Carlo didn't quit on the play, went to the slot, as the big man does, and received a gift. Just had to flip it over Forsberg for the goal. 2-1. A late period goal in the second period. Hells yeah, brother. 2-1, baby. 1 goal lead going into the third. We got this. I'm not going to get negative. I'm not going to do it. I just would love to go into the third one time with a lead and not give it up. I would really love that. But it's okay. 1:30 in. This actually makes me more upset. Huge chance. Hollis, Studnicka, 2v1. Forsberg comes up. Huge. Makes the save. A minute and a half into the period. And you sit there and you go, man, that was your chance to extend it. And now all they need is a power play or a lucky bounce. And it's a new game. Well, they get that power play. Smith goes for high sticking. 5 minutes in. It is a scary kill. Off the post. Off Swayman's back. A crease clear by Riley. It is a absolute shit show. But we kill it. Hold strong. Hold the line. Grizz does take an awkward hit. 5 minutes left in the period. We still got the 1 goal lead. He goes down the tunnel. He would not return. He did practice with the team since, I believe, this morning. He took a skate with the team. I do not believe it was a full contact kind of thing, but he's still not sure what's going on there. 4 minutes left, and I hate it. I just hate it so much. 4 minutes left. We held the lead. We almost got away with it. It didn't feel like a game we're going to blow the lead either. It felt like a game that we had this. We were in control. It's a bad turnover by Hall in the neutral zone. But it's a 3-on-3 going back the other way. We have a man for everyone. A little space is created, though. It's a dish back to Holden in the slot. He's the trailer. We don't have anyone back checking in time, so the 3v3 gets negated. It's basically Holden in the slot, and he goes top corner. 2-2, 4 minutes left in the game. Oh, man. I almost gave myself a concussion by hitting my head to the desk. Not fun. Lazar does have a chance to end this. Crazy shift by Jakey. Creates all sorts of space. Finds Lazar across the slot, backdoor, and just bounces off Lazar's stick. We're going to overtime. Swayman's going to start with a big save. Stone Stutzle. I'm just going to keep calling him Stutzle. Stutzel. Coyle. A minute 30, basically, of him dancing around the offensive zone with the puck. Just faffing about in there. Just doing his thing. How's the puck? No one can take it from him. He's just swerving around. Nothing good comes from it. We don't do anything with it. But hey, it was fun to watch. But we're going to end this. And we're going to end it in style. Huge puck recovery by Hall in the offensive zone. And he creates a little space for himself on the right wall. And he waits out the defense as Pasta goes to his office. And he just, you know how he'll get there? And the defense is there with him. And then he just kind of like glides backward a little bit. Just creating a little bit of space. This is a bullet of a pass. And this shot, I'm pretty sure the ping was heard in the Olympics over in China. Oh my God, did he unload all of his frustration at the past couple games, past couple performances in this one shot. Posting in, far side, just a fucking howitzer. There is not a goalie alive nor a goalie who has ever lived who will stop this shot. That's game. Pasta. 3-2. That's a big dub. Game notes. Let's talk about this. This team feels like we are starting over. It feels like a team that really got kicked in the nads and just went, okay, things aren't going well. Injuries, suspensions, just an overall bad vibe. Let's stop for a second and start over. It still feels like they're rusty, like there's the lack of chemistry, like they're a little all over the place. But I think each individual is kind of being recluse. They're kind of bringing themselves back into their own individual game. And it's gonna allow everyone to kind of settle in themselves and then start working together again. It feels like this team just hit a reset button and went, we're fucking around right now. Let's get back on track. I don't think that's a bad thing. These are the dog days of the season now. It feels like the East is already decided, although we're one of two teams that probably feels like there's still a little bit of teams nipping at the heels there. Us and the Caps, right? I don't know. I haven't looked at the Metro in a little while. I really do think that this could be good for the team to take a step back and to recover and basically start the season over again right here. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think this was a good game for a lot of people. I don't think the Senators are a pushover team. I think saying you had a good game against the Senators, there's nothing wrong with that. Pretty sure they beat the Canes 3 times this year. So that's pretty cool. We're beating a team that keeps beating the Canes. That's pretty good. Most of all, I want to see Coyle do a lot more of what he did this game, where I'm not saying his line mates aren't good. He has Smith and he has Frederick. But he needs to get more selfish, I think. He has the ability to go through people, to force people into mistakes, and to see plays develop before they happen. And I feel like he opts to pass at moments where it's a beat this one guy and you get a one-on-one with the goalie, and I know you're capable of beating the one guy. Back when I went to IMG academies for a little while for soccer, I was a big soccer guy. There was a big thing with them, which was if it's a one-on-one, you beat the one guy, right? Now, if it's 2-on-1, 3-on-1, whatever, no, you work as a unit. But they wanted to encourage creativity in winning your personal battle. If it's a one-on-one, I need more than just Pasta and Marchand beating the one guy. I need more than just those two saying, hey, I can open up space. Hall's capable. He doesn't do it very often. And Coyle's capable. And he almost never does it with purpose getting to the net. He does it with purpose to hold the puck and wait for a play to develop. But I know he's capable of going through guys. And it's weird to see. I'd like to see him do a lot more of that. Lastly, I am terrified of this Monday afternoon game against Colorado. That's going to be, oh boy. Optimism. Go Bees!